Welcome to
Every day it's macaroni.
I'm Joy Alford Brand.
And I'm Juliet Connell, and we're the hosts of Everyday Macaroni, the podcast.
This podcast is a look at the lighter side of life, where we talk about our adventures as a modern blended family.
So sit back, relax,
And prepare to have your funny bone tickled. Hello, listeners. Boy, do we have an extra special treat for you today. But before we get started, if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to give this video a like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel while you're at it. That helps us create more fun content for you, our one and only listener. For those of you who are new here, these episodes are based on the recordings of the weekly dinners I have with my husband, Ron, his sister, Juliet, who is also a co-host of this podcast, and their 80-year-old parents, Al and Lita. On this episode, Lita has the floor, and she is in rare form as we discuss extra super well-done sardines, doggy flea bombs, and how to have good table manners. We know you are really going to enjoy this episode, so let's go ahead and jump into the conversation, starting with Julia and I talking about Lita speaking Spanish. Ooh, we got a lot to talk about today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. First of all, it's...
Sorry. Okay, I got it out now.
What, you got a hairball?
Yeah.
First of all, I've been gone for a couple of weeks because I was in Italy.
Poor you.
Yes, it was good. Look, I put lipstick on today, even though I'm wearing my sort of ratty sweatshirt. We got to get some sweatshirts.
Especially now it's getting so cold.
I know.
I looked over at the t-shirt. I was like, nope, not today.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew
It's
it.
like, that's it. I'm freezing.
Well, I came up here and I thought, I got to turn on the heat. Otherwise, Juliet's like, nope, I'm out of here. I knew you weren't going to wear the t-shirt today, too. So that's okay. That was funny.
Hey, scrolling through Instagram. Have you ever seen that person? It's a picture of a person, and it looks like a cable knit sweater, except it goes from his feet all the way up, and it's a hoodie with like some sort of mask.
Right. It's like a onesie.
And it says, every friend group has a friend that's always cold. I was like, yep.
Yeah, well, I think that's your genetic profile because Ron's the same way. He's always cold. He's like a chihuahua with no body fat. Like, it's cold
I
all
wish
the
I
time.
could say I had no body fat, but that's not part of it.
Yeah, well, it happens to the best of us. So I've been gone for a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized something. Well, first of all, there's a lot to discuss with your mother.
Mm-hmm.
A lot going on with her right now. I don't know what the deal is. She's going through some type of grouchy phase or something. I don't know what it is. But Ron recorded the 2 Monday night dinners while I was gone.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I realized that she spoke primarily Spanish the whole time, which makes sense because it was just the 4 of you.
Right.
And you all speak Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
I think probably out of the 4 of you, your mother and you speak the best Spanish. I don't know about your dad.
My dad.
Yeah.
No, my dad's fluent.
I know, but he
He
kind of...
speaks better than I do.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. And he's got a better vocabulary than my mother.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is funny
Mm-hmm.
because your mother corrects him nonstop.
Yeah, she corrects his pronunciation of words.
To hear the 2 of them speak in Spanish together and the way your mother interacts with him, you would think he's a big dummy.
No, if
Because he grew up in Uruguay. He didn't grow up in Spain.
Right. But, the words are
yeah.
the same. But even though it's Uruguay out of most of the countries in South America, I think, has the most amount of Spaniard immigrant.
Expats,
Yeah,
I guess.
think. Maybe Argentina, too. I don't know. But the schools that my dad went to, and maybe it was back then, my dad went to more school than my mom did. So.
Oh, that's true.
But so he knows a lot of the formals as opposed to the vernacular, or whatever.
Well, when you hear your mother talking to him, I always thought, oh, well, she's the one who's the big, I speak Castilian Spanish and I speak the correct words. She spoke Spanish the whole time, so I have to figure out if there's anything
salvageable.
to use
that
in there.
recording.
Right. So that was kind of an interesting detail, too.
Look at that. The 2 weeks you were gone, she got back into the groove.
I know. I don't know about that. I do understand some of it. I understand some of what she's saying. And a lot of it's contextual. Like, you can tell when she's griping about something, pretty much what it is she's griping about and who she's griping at, which is usually you.
I know.
And the other thing is, how about that food, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the one from this Monday?
Yes.
Woo!
That was bad.
Yeah, that was something, all right.
I have to say,
and I don't mind sardines. I don't mind full sardines. I've had them in Spain. I've had them here.
Yeah.
I grew up with them. It's just those were a bit on the overdone side.
On the overdone side, it's like the mafia took them and electrocuted them. I'm telling you, they were a crime scene. Somebody committed arson on those sardines.
I know.
They were bad.
Which made them so hard that you couldn't really separate the meat and the bone.
Or the skin.
Easy. Well, yeah, typically you eat the skin.
Yeah, no. I wasn't eating that skin. That skin was like charcoal.
Yeah, I know.
That was like charcoal. And for those of you listening, for your benefit, we had barbecue sardines, which is a traditional Galician dish, right? And I've had them before, and I like them too. They're very good. Normally, I'll eat the skin, I'll eat whatever, but there was just no doing it.
It was hard to do.
It was very, very hard. And so we go in the house, and it's really hot, and they have cooked the sardine on the grill.
Yeah,
but they brought them in
and then brought them inside. Yeah.
Kept them warm in the oven, and so the whole house smelled like hot charred fish, which is not pleasant. It's not like a delicacy, a delicatessen. No, It was bad. It was very, very, very bad. I have to say, that's probably the worst meal I've ever had over there. And you said no, it doesn't even touch your top 5.
Nah, they were overdone.
Overdone? No, they were like, listener, the word I'm looking for here is incinerated. Yep, check out our Instagram page or our YouTube channel and you'll see what I mean. Crisp. They were just
they were completely
charred. They were charcoal.
The skins were all charred and the meat was dry too, which But no, I've had worse.
Okay, what's your worst meal over there?
But now I'm picky too.
Well,
my worst meal probably was, I don't know, blood sausage or maybe something my dad made that had so much.
You need to think on that
spice.
because we need to talk about that.
Yeah.
What's your worst meal you've ever had over there? Because I tell you, it seems to me like it's getting worse and worse. Is that because
maybe I think the cooking overdone thing maybe.
Well,
and I think that's my dad trying to
add flavor.
Well, add flavor, but also to
he's trying to caramelize the sardines,
appease my mom, who wants everything overdone, and then if there's juice, it's not cooked.
Right, it's raw. Right,
it's raw.
Before I play this clip. We go in the house. You and I rode together.
Yep.
We go in the house. It smells like hot fish, right? And I look on the island, and there's a plate with 2 hot dog buns.
Oh, I know.
So
I know. At that point, I was crossing my fingers. I was like,
"Ooh,
what?
hot dogs!
Hot dogs!" Because it smells like fish in here.
No.
Nope.
Everybody got the sardines.
Everybody. What you should be saying is everybody loves Ron.
Well,
that's what you should be saying. Because, go ahead, Joy. Tell them why there were 2 hot dog buns.
No. Let's let your dad tell why there were 2 hot dog buns.
Okay.
Because we've got that too.
That's for you.
Oh, all right.
Oh, I know you don't need you don't need fish.
Okay, so we're all in the house. I don't know. Now that I've turned my headphones down, I don't know how loud that clip is. But what's happening is everybody's going into the kitchen because your dad's like, let's eat. It's time to eat. And there's the 2 hot dog buns sitting there. And Ron goes in the kitchen and your dad says, oh, Ron, that's for you because I know you don't eat fish. And here come the 2 big hot dogs.
Yeah.
For the hot dog buns.
Yeah, 2 massive hot dogs. And I was just like, what?
And
then
it's
had
just
I
so
known. I mean, I'll eat sardines, but then he pulls them out of the oven. Who knows how long they were in there?
It had to be a while.
And then they're all burnt. I was like, wait, why does he get 2 hot dogs? I'd like one too.
Right. Do I have to eat the fish? But the fish were so burnt that their eyeballs, because they're whole sardines.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm going to put pictures everywhere, but they're whole sardines, right? The eyeballs were just shriveled, and in some of the fish, they were gone. You've already got your single fish and you're gone.
Yep.
Right? You've picked out the fish, you're gone. And here I am looking at the platter of fish there, trying to decide which one is the least cooked, right? Which one is the least barbecued.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to say how burnt they are. I mean, literally, they look like chunks of charcoal shaped like fish. They're so black. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Some of them were worse than others.
I don't know. Mine.
Oh, yeah, you picked the best one, and you were gone.
Mine was, the skin was burnt, but once I peeled it back, the flesh wasn't burned. It was just well done, dry.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's assuming you could actually peel the skin off of the flesh, because normally you're supposed to be able to eat the skin, right?
Yeah.
Now, you and I are of the same mindset. We're going to have to peel the skin off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the fish that I got, the skin was like lasered on to the flesh.
What I noticed was my mom even peeled the skin back too.
Now, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I was so busy trying to figure out what to do with the fish. And your dad says this thing he always said. Okay, I'm going to let him talk about it. All right. Here's what your dad has to say about the sardines.
Got a little burning outside.
So, anyway, we had to make the sardines because the time for the sardines is passing. Summertime is
Squirting
almost
mustard.
gone already.
Okay, so he says the same thing he always says, because lately they've always been burning the food.
Yeah.
He always says,
Oh, it's a little burnt.
it's a little burnt, but the inside is okay.
But now, had I been there, or had you been there, whatever, and said, hey, you better pull those off. No. Give them a little more. Like, hey, they're done.
Oh, like the
pasta
pasta.
the other day. I'm
Yeah.
like, pasta only needs to be in there like 11 minutes, not 25 or whatever it is that he put it in there for.
And-
yeah. I know. Okay.
Yeah, but they're cooking like the hard-boiled eggs. They cook those hard-boiled eggs so much that you know how sometimes a hard-boiled egg will get a green cast around the yolk. Well, when they cook them, it's like almost black, right?
Oh, man.
It's so dark green, it's almost black. I put pictures of that on Instagram. You can go see it. But anyway, so, okay, what irritates me about this is your dad will be the first one to criticize something you've made.
Oh, yeah.
He'll be like, this is too hard. It's overdone. There's too much salt. There's not enough salt. Aw, it's frozen pizza. Aw, what, that's a turkey hot dog? Aw, come on. He'll be the first one to criticize it.
Yeah.
But, ooh, the stuff they cook, and it's like, come on, man. And it's getting worse, okay? I hate to really hammer this point, but lately it's been getting worse and worse. All right, so here is some of the conversation about the sardines, okay?
I bet I could do something like this, but that's fine. And then, yeah.
That's right. Okay, so you can hear a noise in the background. The reason you can hear a noise in the background is because it was so hot in the house and it smelled like hot fish. I had to open the dining room windows, and the neighbor next door is having a deck built.
Oh.
And so these guys are out there and they're sawing away, right? You can hear the saws.
Ay, qué lindo.
And Ron, you got hot dogs.
Parece mentira que cambies hot dog por una sardina.
I don't know what she's saying about the hot dogs there.
She says, it's unbelievable. And she's talking to Ron. She says, it's unbelievable that you would trade a sardine for a hot dog. So I'm like, I would. I'll trade you one sardine for one of your hot dogs.
Now, you see, I didn't know that's what she was saying, but I'm thinking to myself, how come he gets hot dogs and we don't, right? And normally I don't eat hot dogs, really, but in that moment I would have given anything for one of those hot dogs, you know? It was like a starving man looking at a Big Mac, right? I didn't know that's what she said. That's hysterical. All right, now we get into the conversation about the sardines. And she missed the whole thing about, I can't eat the skin because it's burnt, right? So she's not thinking that. And so she's trying to explain to me about the sardines and how you eat them, right? Normally you eat the skin with sardines, right?
I love it.
How do they get burnt?
How's that?
Put them on a cooking tool.
Yeah, good.
Very good.
So how they get burned.
Oh, no sé. Estarían demasiado.
Too much time, right?
Yeah, she's just like,
Pero
I don't know. I guess
inside they're really good.
and dry and hard.
Inside they're really, really good.
Yeah.
Look, you put food in front of her, and as long as it's something that she recollects, right? She'll love it, eat it, and be done with it.
As long as someone she knows cooks it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody else, she's
But
going to get like
not
some
just
kind of-
that. She's saying right here, oh, those sardines, they're really good. Really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking to myself,
No.
I think you've been hit in the head. I really do. The whole conversation about the sardines keeps going.
Perfect.
You hear her say perfect.
Yeah. We're gonna look at you and see how good you do with the sardines.
Okay, so not great. Because this skin is like nuclear burnt onto the fish. So it's not easy to peel it off.
You're supposed to eat the skin.
She's trying to avoid the char. The charred part.
You're supposed to go like this.
No, look.
So you see, Ron's like, oh, you're supposed to eat it like this. And he takes his hot dog and he's like, it's all good, yummy. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then my mom's like, no, look.
It's like this.
This is how you eat it.
Right.
Because, of course, her way is the right way.
And when it comes to eating a sardine, okay, yeah, she's been eating them her whole life, fine. But that's assuming the sardine is not burnt into a piece of charcoal.
Nope.
Charred part.
She didn't even hear
You're
it.
supposed to go like this.
No, look. This is how you eat a sardine.
I know how to eat a sardine.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Wow. Welcome back. Yes.
Welcome back.
I don't have that for you.
You don't want it, dog.
Yeah, he insists on giving that dog anything he eats. So I'm like, oh.
Well, we ain't in Italy anymore. Now, it's funny that you mentioned that about the dog because that comes up in a minute when she gets after him. But here's the point in the dinner where you're like, well, because, you know, periodically one or the other of us, or sometimes even Ron, will try to make it better, right? And so this is your night in the barrel. Okay, here's what you have to say about the sardines.
You know what it is? The larger the sardines, it's easier to eat. When they're so small, then the bones are all over the place.
But
You
this
eat
is
the bones.
that's a good sardine size.
Yeah,
What do you think?
they look good.
I'm having a hard time separating the bones
You're
from
going to choke
the...
on that hot dog.
That's why I don't eat crab, because I hate picking at my food. Yeah, and you gotta suck the thing, and you gotta break this and break that. I'm like,
You're supposed to be able to eat the bones too, though.
Why does that sound so
Yeah.
bad? When you're not there.
It's
It
a
sounds-
you know.
I know.
Oh.
No good deed goes unpunished,
I know.
right? That was funny. But then your mom and Ron start going back and forth about the bones a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
She never goes after him as hard as she does you, though, right? Oh, yeah, no. Okay. So you got to listen closely because you're saying, hey, those bones they're so small, which, yeah, these are small sardines. But your mother's saying, no, they're the biggest sardines they could get, right?
Right, right.
Right.
You're supposed to be able to eat the bones too, though.
yeah, no.
It's a you know.
I know.
No, porque se te puede quedar stuck en la garganta.
Oh well.
Oh, well, as he eats a hot dog.
Right. Uh-huh.
Y nosotros, and we actually thought that you was going to say, oh, God, sardines.
Well, normally I like them, but this is a...
Overdone?
Yeah.
Question mark, overdone?
You can't please everybody nowadays, you know.
And there's Ron. You can't please everybody
And
nowadays.
then my dad goes, mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Boy.
It's like,
Throw me under the bus.
Turncoat Ron.
Right. Right. Uh-huh. Why don't you go ahead and take that hot dog and cram it? Which does make your mom laugh. Ron keeps going with the joke, right, about the hot dog. Like, oh, anybody want half a hot dog, right?
Anybody like half a hot dog? That's a lot. Just, you know. Well, all right.
He's humming, take me out to the ball game, and then your mother picks it up.
I'm going to take you out to the ball game in about 2 seconds. Oh my God.
And there it starts.
Juliet, let's get out of here.
Buy me some
You wanna
peanuts
go?
and apples.
Let's go to the bar.
Buy me some peanuts and Apple Jacks. He doesn't get the words right.
Wow. Wow.
Oh my God, 2 bozos at the table now.
I know.
One starts and then it goes to the other one. It's like row, row, row your
I
boat.
know.
Did you have these in the freezer or did you order them offline or what?
No, we
We buy
went.
them in Rodney.
Oh.
We went to the
Fish
place.
Mm.
They have really good fish,
Yeah.
and the attention that they put is really nice.
What's on your arm? Grass or a slug?
It looks like fish skin.
It was like, you know, because the dinner, we're all like digging at the fish. I'm like wearing fish
Right.
at this point.
It's
like,
flying through the air.
it's all over the place. I'm like, geez.
Oh, that was so
You
funny.
would have thought we were putting through the fish through a chipper, trying to chip away at the flesh.
Just like that movie Fargo where they chip the body, right? They put the body in the wood chipper. It's the same thing. Mm-hmm.
Should I put mustard on this one or not?
Yeah.
Decisions.
How about fish? Do you want some fish on that hot Yeah. dog?
Yeah. I like mine where it's almost raw, like sushi.
All right, so yeah, the sardines were not good. And they served them in the traditional way they would normally serve them with boiled potatoes, plain boiled potatoes. And then this time they actually included corn on the cob.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't get a picture of the potatoes, but they were red potatoes and they were like the size of a baseball.
Yeah, they were big.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were surprisingly big.
And they were just boiled, cooked all the way through. So you had a potato. I didn't have a potato, even though I do love a potato. But that's normally, and it looks like prison food. It really does. It looks like prison food. There's your plate of prison food. Your charcoal brick fish and your plain boiled potato. And in this case, I had a corn on the cob, right? Yeah. Unfortunate. Okay, so the food was a really big thing, right? It was bad. You know, I love your parents, I do, but the food, oh, man, that was terrible. Then your mother starts talking about Santy having fleas.
Oh God, yeah.
So I've asked her what exciting stuff has gone on
Right.
since I've been gone.
Right.
All right, and here's what she says about the dog having fleas.
Exciting it was yesterday
The window's
because
open.
we took
So the window's open right behind me, and that faces the street. And the window has to be open because otherwise I would have died from the charcoal fish fumes. Okay? So I'm sorry about that, but there's noise from the street in this one that I'll try to get out as much of as I can, but it's just how it is.
we took Santini for grooming. When we went to pick him up, the lady said, you know, Santini have fleas.
What? No.
And I said, oh my God, really? I give him a bath and I give him the medicine. You sure they're fleas? Oh yeah, they're fleas. Okay.
He got it from Dad.
Okay, now, listener, you may not understand how long it takes Lita to tell a story because in the editing process, I clip out the spaces between her words. But if I played the clip just without any editing, it takes forever for her to get to the point, right?
Get to the point. Yeah.
So she goes through the story. The groomer says, oh, the dog has fleas. Lita says no because I give him a bath. And I believe it. Your mother, she gets that dog and she does all kinds of salon treatments to him, right?
Yeah.
Like clips his nails, cuts his hair, all kinds of stuff, right? He's got a full selection of grooming products, toiletries, shampoo, conditioner, cologne, all kinds of stuff, right? Wipes, everything. So I believe that your mother would have likely noticed if he had fleas. Like she says, he actually sleeps in the bed with them
Yeah.
and they would have had bites all over them, right? So she keeps on and Maybe we should go ahead and play that part of the clip. Okay.
And I don't know. Santini sleeps with us, so that means
Oh no.
I probably have fleas in my bed. Who knows? Or in the living.
You would have felt a bite
No,
if
they
he
wouldn't.
had fleas.
They wouldn't feel it.
No.
You would see them.
Yeah,
They would be like little red dots.
They wouldn't see that.
And this age you don't feel.
Okay, but you would see red
No, they
dots
wouldn't
that
see it either.
itch.
You wouldn't say it. You wouldn't say it. You wouldn't feel it.
No.
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 At this point in the conversation, your dad's at the other end of the table, getting up to his own mischief, right? So I see out of the corner of my eye, your dad say to the dog, "That's it. Nope, that's it," right? And that's what he's doing. He's talking to Santy. He feeds him something. He's like, "No more. There's no more," right? So the dog is right there near him
Right.
on the ground next on the right-hand side of him, and he's talking to the dog, right? He goes to feed the dog a little piece of sardine, and this is what happens next. Oh, this is a stellar moment in everyday macaroni history. I'm just saying. Okay.
You giving them sardines?
Yeah.
No! Aldo.
Ya la comió.
It's
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
He already ate it.
I'm giving just a little
Aldo.
piece.
How many times do I have to say? He was never an easy person to get along with.
boy.
But now
No, it's
He-
impossible.
Now we're just going to have to get a stick and beat you.
is like a nonsense.
What happened with the fleas? Okay, so,
And then you get
So
her
she
back on
said-
the fleas.
Well,
right, I redirect her because otherwise it's going to be 30 minutes of her, your dad, right? We'll play just a little bit of it. We won't play the whole thing because otherwise, again, 6 hours long. I'm just saying.
anyway,
It's like Toby.
so I went
Anyway, so
and
she doesn't
got
wanna hear
the-
anyone else talk.
The thing.
Right.
Anyway.
We come home, it comes like a 3 little bottles about this type.
Wait, to put more tick stuff on him?
No.
It's shampoo.
Let me talk and then you'll know.
Well, get to the point.
If you let me, I'll get to the point. So we open the things, we put one in our bedroom because
Oh, a bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
he sleeps with us.
Do I peel these?
One in our bedroom, one in the girls' bedroom,
Yeah, now
one
they're
in
already-
the kitchen,
everyone's
in
having
the living,
different
in
conversations.
the living
Yeah.
room. And when you open it, it goes,
It's like,
It's a fogger.
we're talking about fleas. Why it has to be this
and for
detailed.
2 hours you have to be out of the house.
And with the dog.
Everything closed.
Yeah.
We took the dog, we went to McDonald's, we took the food, we went to the park, we had a nice lunch in the park, the
We
3
walked
of us.
125 steps
And
from the car to the
2
picnic
hours
table.
passed, and we came home. We opened all the windows like they say they do.
Yeah. She's going
Oh, my
on and
God.
on and on.
It took us 10 miles to
Right.
get there. We
Now-
actually opened the doors. We didn't crawl out of the windows. Like,
Well-
what?
But the problem is now she's got that in her mind. Like she's been interrupted. Right. And so not only does she want to tell the story, but she starts talking louder to get her point across. Right. And she's already sensitive to being interrupted. So she keeps going on and on and on.
Maybe, you know what she should take up in her spare time is writing. She should just write a book.
You know
on
that's
her
not going to happen.
own So that she can
Oh, but
get
she did.
as detailed as she possibly
She
can.
did.
Yeah, unfortunately, she wants it translated
No.
into English. Personally, her writing is totally fine. Her spelling is not, but her writing is totally fine, and she can write in English because she can speak in
Right.
English too, so she
Well,
can write it.
That's my fault
But
because
all I'm
I gave her
saying-
that book.
Yeah,
So
but
she keeps going about it.
$60.
Flea collars?
Yeah.
there's
Wow.
$60.
You know that you can't give him anything else for fleas. He's already taking something for
Yeah.
fleas. So you cannot, unless you're
right.
going to shower or give him a
You gotta go to the vet.
shampoo, unless you're going to give him
Or else you
shampoo,
kill them.
All right.
he'll
All
have
right.
too
If
much.
you let me finish.
The only thing you can give them
If you let me
is
finish.
sardines.
I have that to do that. So anyway, she says the soap that you use the dishes with, and you don't need the flea collar. when you give him a bath, use the soap. It's down.
Dawn.
Down.
This blue.
Yeah.
They have them in the dollar store right here.
Or
Go
Target.
get a
Walmart,
bottle of that.
The grocery store.
Give him that.
bath,
Leave him a couple of minutes with the soap and all that.
Not underwater. He has to breathe.
Come on.
Let her finish.
I know. Ron, at one point, she's already like,
You falling asleep?
Yes, I prefer to go to sleep.
You're
than
gonna get beat with
having
this
this
stick in a minute.
conversation.
But she'll go on.
Oh yeah.
No manners in this home.
None.
When somebody is talking, you don't need interruptions.
Animals.
Talk about it after I finish.
People even talk with their mouth full around here.
That's right.
Horrible. Horrible manners.
Yes, manners. No manners.
Which he was directing
None.
at her.
Anyway.
Right.
But anyway.
So today, I gave him, because last night it was already too late when we finished with all this. So today I did give him a bath, and he is happy. I don't see him because he was scratching once in a while, chicky chicky, chicky chicky chicky, chicky chicky. And now he is happy like you couldn't believe.
Good.
Did you wash yourself with the Dawn?
No,
Oh boy.
no.
Yeah.
But if I have to, I'll do that.
Yeah,
I
I can
take
get rid
my
of the fleas.
shower and I'll do that.
Take a bath, please.
If I have.
So, the moral of this story is she is going to tell the whole story.
Oh, yeah.
She's going to do the whole thing from start to finish.
And never, ever skimp on any detail.
not a single detail will
Nope.
go unmentioned.
Mm-mm.
Yes. And she's going to get from start to finish. You might as well just let her do it. Okay, so the next thing that's happening is your dad is about to have a ramp built along the back wall of the garage, right?
Right.
And so, in order to make space for it, he's been clearing out the garage.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's an armoire in the garage that your dad has emptied out, and your dad wants it moved, right?
Right.
So, it's outstanding in the middle of the garage. Then your mother says, hey, can the three of you go and move that armoire in the garage, right?
Dad did a lot of work. Maybe the three of you maybe can help. It's a cabinet, tall cabinet.
Oh, I was gonna ask you.
That Papa is trying to
Clean
move
up,
it.
move.
And Lee, help me here and I'm going.
What cabinet? In the garage.
And then we all get up from the table and we go out in the garage and we're working on trying to figure out how to move the armoire, which, by the way, thanks for doing that. I appreciate it. So while we're all out in the garage, all four of us, right? Me and you and Ron and Al, your mother's sitting at the table by herself, right?
Oh, really?
Okay. So we're talking about manners, right? She's at the table by herself. And here is a clip of what she's doing while she's sitting at the table by herself.
¿Dónde está Chuchi? Oh,
So here she is. She's talking about, no manners in this house. And when nobody's looking, she blows her nose and then she's burping while she's sitting there. Okay. So I just thought that was kind of funny. So we're getting towards the end of the dinner. And your mother, I wonder again if she's in some pain because she's complaining a lot about not having any energy and all this hurts and that hurts and it comes on slowly, right? But then she says, well, it could be worse. We're still here. Some people don't make it to this age. And then your dad, well, anyway, let me play the clip.
but look, the good thing about this is how many people they are under already at the age, much younger age than we
Oh,
are.
look at that. Well, no, never mind.
So naturally, you always have to think. You always have to think.
We didn't say
"Oh,
Matthew Perry.
we are lucky. We are lucky because we are
They're not gonna know who
still
that is.
here. Even if it's hard to do, but we are still here. So
We're still fighting, yeah.
yeah, and so many
Which-
people.
But
That
it's never
with
an
the,
issue,
is
Actually, you could take that one of two ways. He's saying we're still fighting, right? they're still fighting each other or they're still
Yeah.
fighting to, you know.
Stay alive.
Right. So if you hear right at the end of that clip, your dad says, pass the ammunition. Did you hear that?
No.
Okay, let me back up just a little.
We are still here. So
We're still fighting, yeah.
yeah.
Pass
That
the ammunition.
is for the only thing that we have enough energy to fight.
That's good.
Wow.
We
That's-
still have energy
That
for
seems
that.
like a
¿Verdad?
you got it, right?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Not
Pray
energy
to
for that.
God and pass the ammunition. Pray to God.
Pass the ammunition.
And pray to God.
Yeah, pray to God. Yeah.
ammunition.
You know that song.
It's a song, the 40s.
Sing
Those
a
are
little
fight
bit to see if I know the song because
No, it says, I don't know who is a Marine, who this is Army, this, but I don't know what it says.
do you know that song?
They know name all the armed forces, right? And then they say, yeah,
Oh, I never heard it.
yeah.
Or if I didn't understood. That could be.
You was not born yet,
Oh,
right?
entonces es un cantar de muchos años atrás,
Right.
de 90 años atrás, 90
Yeah.
years ago. It is when that song
World
came.
War One and then two, and before.
Oh.
Before. I hear it sometimes in the radio.
Oh. Radio?
Yes, in the car, the radio.
Radio.
Oh.
What radio?
Because I was thinking, we don't have a radio, we have a TV.
And I think it's the Andrews sisters are the one who's singing, but
Oh,
The Andrews
maybe.
sisters.
yeah, I think.
So your dad had a moment where he was singing a little song there.
Yep.
So that was Monday Night Family Dinner, and that was your mother being in rare form. And, of course, that's not even all of it. Again, we had to cut a lot of it out because otherwise we'd be here for 6 hours.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Woo, listener. I think we can both agree that Lita was feeling her oats in this episode. Am I right? She is a constant source of entertainment for me, even when I'm not in the room. Yep, there's nothing like a delicious plate of practically incinerated sardines and the soulful musings of my mother-in-law as she takes her vitamins with beer. I'm so glad I get to sit at the table every Monday night and hear her stories, even if she does have a tendency to be a little windy. Wink, wink. I thank you. We really hope you enjoyed this episode, and we just want you to know that there's more where that came from. So pull up your chair, tuck in your napkin, and make sure you're using the right fork because this episode is extra super well done. This has been a public service announcement from the Macaroni Crematorium and Grill reminding you that nobody likes burnt fish. I hope you enjoyed listening and sharing a laugh or two with us. Stay tuned for more everyday macaroni adventures on future podcast episodes. And if you want to see some pictures of us, you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook by searching @everydaymacaroni or #everydaymacaroni. And now you can also watch us on YouTube. Just search Everyday Macaroni and our new channel will pop up. If you want to shop for some fun macaroni merch, head over to everydaymacaroni.com. Don't forget, if you have a blended family story to share, email us at info@everydaymacaroni.com and put the word share in the subject line. You can also call us on our Macaroni Fun Phone at 919-729-2043. Your story might end up on a future episode, and how fun would that be? Super fun. Finally, don't forget to give us a good review and download your favorite episodes. A share would be nice too. The more interaction we get for the podcast, the more episodes we can post. Again, thanks for listening, and join us for the next episode of Every Day is Macaroni!